Alright, so we're here for that video. First things first, I'm pretty sure we're just going to recover these from injury. It's just the two best defenders out for too long. It's too big an impact, and I think we still got 2 treatments, so we're just going to use one of them now. And we go back to our senior squad. And the other thing is we just want to add a position to Mizachi. I think the question is... Jeesh. Finishing 70 and 86 and 80 aerial ability, but I think at the end of the day, this guy is a better striker, and he's a better AMC. He's going to be better at both roles, but the question is, what's he doing for the rest of this season? Now, if I put him in striker, he probably does need to be subbed off most games. So, because what I don't want to do is, I still want Lorena to basically come on every single match and play. This is the thing. So, and ideally this guy has both positions going forwards, but we can only add one this season. The other one's going to have to come next season, because we only got one left. Now, Ishikawa definitely comes off every match. That's definitely a thing. But he's just been doing really well. I mean, he's got 12 goals in 8 matches. Yeah, so I feel like he's just going to be striker. I think that's what it comes down to. So Mizachi, add position. It's going to be striker. Is what it is. It's a shame, but whatever. Now we have some firepower on the bench. That's okay. And it's kind of crazy that I think is one of our well, not our most valuable player, but one of our most valuable players. He's just not even in the team. What is he, 3.9? So that's like, yeah, it's like our 3rd most valuable player. Doesn't even make the bench, but I think that's about right. We are happy to sell him as and when we get a bid. Or if we just desperately need the cash at some point. He did drop off quite a bit. Like, unfortunately, just that step up in quality of opposition, you just don't really get away with that lower finishing, despite, you know, being fast and all sorts of stuff. But just that lack in finishing is just really costly at this level. So the other thing is we got those 2 players back, and we also got Gerardo back from injury. But I still think maybe he should be on the bench. Gerardo should be on the bench here, because he's better at the I think a little bit better at the up and back roll, because he's got 34 tackling, and this guy's only got, he's only got 12 or something. So yeah, that's right. Okay, right. So we're good to. We're good to go here, so let's just play matches. I think in the end this video will not have will be an edit in the middle, because it's going to be the end of day. I think by the time we play the 3 matches, pretty much it's we'll maybe play 2 before it happens, I think, and then the 3rd one will have to be after. So we'll work our way around it. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll just do 2 on this video, and then we'll just do 1 match as its own video after. Maybe it might just be easiest. We don't have to mess around editing them. Just upload them as separate videos. We didn't check the team. Maybe we'll quickly try and do it now. Uriah, 12, so they're good. But we are quite good ourselves now, I think, with these new purchases, especially with the fully fit team. He is so fast. And both of our attacking players are kind of ridiculously fast for this level. I'm not happy with how the match she's going on the whole, but we're just going to leave it for a bit. I've got a feeling like, yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's not good. I've got a feeling like it's not going that well, but I'm not sure what to change. That's the thing. I'm trying to just look out for something we can change. I think that's the second chance that's fallen to Ben Yusuf. So I think one thing we can change, because he's got horrible sort of finishing attributes. I think horrible. I'll just double check. Well, hold on. I only got to pause anymore. Totally forgot that we got access to this now. So it's our first match actually with it ever. So he's got 33 finishing, whereas our MLC has got a bit better, but he does have the high long shots. We'll just leave it for now. Let's just resume. Totally forgot about this. So the other thing we can quickly do is just check their central defenders. 54 speed, 40 speed. So we want the offset on the side with him, and because that'll be on their right side of defender. And then this one's also slow. So that's pretty good for us. In the meantime, we scored. Didn't even see how we scored. So. It looked like it was a good chance though. I don't think it was a long shot. I guess you guys saw. I didn't though. Yeah, so they've created a couple good chances. I'm not sure. We created a lot ourselves, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I semi sort of feel it's the same thing we're saying a lot, which is that, yeah, they may score, but we're probably also going to score, and then we win anyway, like, if we just leave it. Unfortunately, it's not the best. It's just yeah. It's kind of like it's more interesting when you're making changes and explaining why, but unfortunately a lot about being a good team is the situation you're more often faced with is knowing when to not change stuff, pretty much. And right now, compared to the opponents that we're playing against, we are one of the better teams typically. So as we get promoted though, that will definitely change, and I'm sure when we're in a higher division that a lot more would need to be changed. At least now we can check. So I did quickly check, to be clear. I checked their 4 defenders, and their 2 on the left side, sorry, their 2 on the right side, the DRC and the DR, are slower than the DL. So basically, if it was the other way around and the left-sided ones were slower than the right-sided ones, what we would do then is we would maybe look to switch our striker to be ARC, so he's off on the side against the slow defenders, because our striker is so fast. He's like 90 something speed. So, but he wasn't, so we didn't change it. And they've only got 1 striker. If they had 2, we could also look what their strikers' attributes and compare them to our central defenders' attributes, and maybe reconfigure our central defenders a bit to try to match them up better to their strikers. But they're only playing one striker. Oh, that was really well worked. They have actually created a few good chances, so you know, it's not that surprising necessarily. They have got a very good league record. So our keeper's finally injured now, so our other keeper will get to play matches regardless. And I'm not even sure if he should be coming on this game now. Possibly. Think about this a bit. Like, Ishikawa has to come off for sure. Probably Mizachi has to come off. I wonder, is that now... Just going to pause it quickly. Oh yeah, that does... Just realised that it's no longer showing me the attributes there on the left. I wonder if that's... Just make a note of that. Because that should still work. So maybe the latest update stopped that. So anyway, so I think we can check their attributes in the match anyway, so it's not that big a deal, but just be convenient to see him there as well. I think the question is, he's got decent endurance, but he probably has to come off. Yeah, at the moment I don't think we want to sub the keeper because we've got a whole bunch. We've probably got something like 5 other players maybe that could finish below 80%. So that was a good chance. Okay, so Ishikawa out, and I guess we'll just keep the tactic the same. So we never got that second goal yet still. Just gonna hit the pause for the changes. Oof, decent chance. Don't even know if it's worth subbing off Octai because Valai isn't that good anyway. Ben Yusuf can come on, I suppose. For I guess we can do that sub because Lapatmentia I think is better at tackling. I think. Probably not. Oh, we could have checked that. Yes, he is. I'm right. I guess Mizachi's going to come off for Loreno. Let me just load that up now, I guess. I guess that's the sub. Let's just do that now. Still kind of feel like we may just get another goal, to be honest. Just feels like we're doing okay. It's going to go out. Don't know. Doesn't really matter if we don't. I think it's mostly just important that we just keep the ball up the other end of the pitch, keep attacking. Ugh, what a goal. So yeah, I mean, I had the feeling we were going to get another goal. We did get it. I don't know, I just sort of felt like we were typically doing enough to probably get it. They didn't end up creating as much in the end as I thought they would either. They did create quite a bit in the sort of first half of the match, I think, versus the second. I'm not sure statistically if that's true. Oh, it's definitely true statistically. They almost did nothing in the second half. So, and that's why I didn't change it, even though we didn't concede, because it just really felt like they weren't really that threatening at all either. So, it was a pretty easy win. And keeper's injured though. So, certainly, I think, I'm not sure if we dropped any points with him playing. Can we check? I think we can check his match log. Oh, we did. Okay, we have definitely. Okay, so we dropped some. What is it? 2, 4, a few points. Don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's not that bad, because I want to check this guy's match log. Yeah, I think it was just in particular that one match is a quite. Yeah, so it's not actually his record isn't that bad actually in the official matches, to be honest. This keeper, so I think he's supposed to be the backup keeper. I will double check that in case I got it wrong. Nope, he is. Okay, so. What's this one? FC Ghost Black. $9.99. And a decent record, so decent overall. $9.99. I think typically these teams with these type of records, we have been typically defeating these teams pretty comfortably. So, and that was before we had who is it? Mizachi, who's just... Is he Israeli, is he? He is. He's very good for this level. Keep forgetting about this. We got to utilize this more. We should be straight onto it at the beginning of matches. DRC 2871 and 72. So it's okay. We've offset the striker to be on the side with the speed 28 defender. They've only got one up front. So yeah, I think the matchups are fine again. It's just luck that it's been that way, really. We're just so fast. He's finishing. Oh, got it on target at least. Should be scoring that, but what's his composure? Okay, it's not particularly great, so you can reliably get those types of chances on target, but yeah, if you want him to not be shot at straight at the keeper like that, then you want higher composure, basically. Yeah, it's kind of a shame because we haven't created a lot, but the one chance we did create was ridiculously good. So it's hard to... I mean, if you create another 3 chances like that, you're almost certainly going to win, even if you don't create anything else. Oh, I've just realised that the time... we do have time to play the third one because I was... got mixed up with the UK time and the ETC time, so... Yeah, we still got a bit of time. Probably should pay attention to the match, right? Alright, I've just realised one thing we could do that we probably should have already done. It's a bit late now, really. We're very late reacting. I think one thing we could do is just try to hit it longer and more direct and just try and play over the top of them. Another thing we could try, but I probably was going to do it, but I probably won't because I think it's too risky. Because defensively we're sort of okay. It's too risky for that. Is to play a deep defensive line. But to be honest, that tactically that makes very little sense for us because our defenders are actually very fast. So you're like kind of just like rendering their speed not useless, but you're definitely not leveraging it maximally. So I think we'll just leave it like this for now. But the one thing we can do is we could sub on, seems it's a different tactic. We're looking to play long ball or whatever. We could put on. It's another great chance. Again on target, but at the keeper. Need that high composure, unfortunately. Right, so at this point we can sub off Ishikawa. And we did score the goal. Oh, and he's injured now. That's a shame because we got Zachi as a striker. Not the AMC. Oh well, we'll just bring on Lorena. Play the two strikers up front for now. Now we can just assess this for a bit. If it works well, what we can do is we can sub on Bevan for Mizachi, and if it doesn't work well, we can then sub Dokken on for him and switch it back. So it's giving us just a little chance to test this. It's in. Oh. Gosh, we got away with it. Got away with it. I'm gonna just make a change now because I just feel like tactically it's not great, to be honest. Going to keep him back in this zone a bit and offset him a bit just to try and shore things up. Defensively just a little bit. At this moment, we're leaving this guy out here because his tackling is just so much higher. It's 64 and the other guy's 34. So I'm just leaving him out here, even though we'll probably sub him off before he gets down below 70 though. And we're going to sub off Mizachi as well. So if we can survive to the next sub, I think that's when we're formally just now trying to close the match out and defend the lead. Because we're just not really creating that much. So let's just not bother anymore. Let's just focus on closing the match out. So Mizachi can come off. I think what we want to do is not play fast tempo anymore. We don't want to play direct passing. I think we don't want to pass it into space. We just want to retain possession better. And then we want to take off Mizachi. And we just want to try to retain possession better. So there's not a lot we can do here, unfortunately. We can sub on a third central midfielder. I guess we do that. What I'm gonna do is I think Leparmentia is the. Let's change him to Pino because I know he can tackle okay. Let's make Leparmentia box to box, and let's just do that, and we'll just check the So here's the defensive 151 tackling. Okay, Laputment is better. Let's just quickly pause and swap them around. I'm okay with how it looks. I feel like we're okay. I feel like we're defensively pretty solid, and that's the most important thing. I feel like they're kind of struggling to go anywhere, largely. Just going to hit the pause just to try and catch this sub. We're not really going anywhere much ourselves either, but we're not surrendering possession of the ball that quickly. We are draining the time a bit. That's fine. I feel like if we just about defend this, we're just about there. I think we got there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they get one last chance. No, that's it. So, yeah, cool. We did the changes. We managed to run the match out. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea when you're making these type of defensive changes, like the type of thing you might look to do. It wasn't some totally crazy, let's bring on 6 defenders type of craziness. It was just a few, a couple of changes to just bring a couple of roles, and just it wasn't crazy, basically. Like, how do you say, it was quite grounded, the changes, yet made us way more defensively solid, and still had like tactical balance, and still allowed us to not concede too much and things like that. So it's just important that balance is always important, effectively. Right, so he's on, and I think probably I'd rather have defensive DMC. I'm thinking tactically that much. I wouldn't have minded having one. We probably would have used him if we did. We're okay without it, but I'd like to have, now that we got the injury, I think it's okay to have it there. Right, Shikau was only out for 2 matches again, so that's quite fortunate. I think it's the 3rd time he's been injured, and every time, or is it the 4th? But every time it's been 2 matches, so. So to be honest, we won 1-0 in the first match. We won 2-0, but I think we got the second goal in like the 85th or 86th minute. So 2 sort of very tight games to close out, I think. The first one was quite different though. We were just generally attacking the whole match, thinking we'd get that second goal. That second match, it was important to know. As I say, a lot of these matches are about knowing when not to change stuff, when knowing not to change it, but it's also knowing when to change it. And in this match in particular, things just were not working that well. It was in the second half. We had the 1-goal lead. It was time to make subs anyway. So it's like, that's when that, there was a lot of clear cues why that was when. It was because we were winning, and we had to make changes anyway. And importantly, if we didn't make changes to try to go more defensive, then when we make the subs, it would be way harder to make them after we already made the subs, for just to keep it the same. So it was like, to some degree, your hand is you know, when you're going to make subs anyway, is always a time to think about when you should make tactical changes. Especially if you can chain the subs together, so you can do a sub to make a tactical change, and then a second sub after it to change it back if whatever you did didn't work that well. And those two subs you would naturally have made anyway. So you're not really spending anything in order to try something. I didn't check how good this team is. I'm not going to bother. I'll just focus on the match. But these types of matches where we get a goal, they typically go pretty well. Like, we're quite good at just closing it out, just identifying that when to leave it, when to not. So, I can't imagine we're going to not win from this position already. Because not only did we get 2, but they were sort of very, very good chances. I'm not seeing any reasons to believe we're not going to get more such chances. 46 speed, 33 tackling, 38 speed, 53 tackling, 45 speed, 32 tackling. This guy's alright. We've actually got the striker offset to the side that's closest to the one defender that can defend, but I'm not even sure I'm not bothered about changing it, to be honest. Because the other side has still got players, you know, attacking there anyway. So hey, they scored. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to bother changing anything. It's just not a very good team. We should comfortably beat this team. Just our players are just significantly better, man for man. So really this match is just about, you know, get the, just, if we could do something to maybe score a bit more, we could. But I kind of feel like at the moment I'm I'm alright, to be honest, with what we're doing. The only thing I can really think here is we can just sort of like hit long ball or whatever, but maybe we will. I don't know. Alright, let's try it. Because they are breaking up the play as we advance a bit. We are like giving the ball up quite a bit. So we might as well try it. See if it just allows us to be a bit more efficient attacking. Because they're getting a bit of time here to come back and defend. Maybe if we did just play direct ball, got it up faster, maybe we would get more balls like that coming through that lead to sort of like a directly sort of clear chance. Let's just change it. I got the injury. Fortunately, Raphael's not that great at those chances. His finishing and composure is not very good. It's almost half time. I'll wait for half time to make the change. So I feel like it hasn't really worked that well. So we could make another change or change it back. I feel like they're the two options. I'm pretty sure they're not going to score 2 goals though, and we are going to score at least 1 more or whatever we do here. We're not going to not win regardless. Why don't we just try that for now? He's ridiculously fast, Mizzachi, so just getting him more central just hopefully provides for those long balls, just more space to aim for him to run onto, basically. Can go to the left of him or to the right. And we'll run that for a bit, and then I'm on the whole not happy with this. Probably just change it back to what we had when we scored the 3 goals. It's a great chance. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a change. I don't feel like we did create a bit, but I feel like we just change it back to what we had before, because I think the other thing as well is like the match is a little bit more uppy and backy because we are just hitting the direct balls with the fast tempo and everything. I think we're okay with the match to just still be fast, like up to us to hold the tempo for our attacking chances, but just sort of like surrender the possession a little bit less often to just you know, just reduce the possibility that they may happen to get 2 goals basically. So we'll just basically it's just a reduction in how much the ball goes up and back, because it was going up and back, we were giving up possession quite a lot, so we'll just give it up a little bit less, and that hopefully will just win us the game pretty comfortably, even if we don't happen to score another goal, but we do anyway. So probably arguably a better change anyway for us scoring the goals. That's part of it. That's part of the reason why the direct ball as well with the fast tempo and everything is pretty bad generally for our tactic. I think we just illustrated it because it doesn't give our box-to-box midfielders time to get into the box before we've lost possession, and now we gave him a bit of time. He just lobbed up in the box and scored basically, just because we weren't playing the direct ball. So I think, yeah, it's pretty bad for direct ball, fast tempo, etc. It's just bad if you're playing box-to-box midfielders. So that kind of explains why we just scored 3, changed it to that, didn't score anything all that time, changed it back, straight away scored, pretty much. It was just a bad change. I'm probably just leaving Oktay out there anyway at this point. We'll make some other subs though, but Oktay will already get injured, so we'll just leave him. Probably swap him into the middle, and we'll sub him off instead to make sure he doesn't get injured. And to be honest, kind of don't want any central defenders to get injured now that he is, so we'll sub the other one off as well, I think, and then whilst we're there, we might as well just make the third change. We'll sub on up Mentir as well. So we just done 3 subs and we're done here. We've won or whatever. So those subs were all just about, let's make no mistake about it, like our team is way worse defensively now, but it wasn't about that. It was just simply about Octai's going to be out injured. Let's just get the other 2 DCs off so they don't get injured as well at this match at the same time. Bevan, he can't even hardly tackle. What is it, 45? Like, it's not even a... Yeah. So that was just a bad tactical change, to be clear. What we did, what we tried, it doesn't make sense necessarily with the box-to-box midfielders. We'll keep that in mind. If we change to that tactic in the future, we need to change the roles for the central midfielders to not be box-to-box, because we basically scored 3 goals at the start, changed it to be some other tactic for the whole half of the match, and didn't score, and then changed it back, and now scored 2 more goals since we changed it back. That 3 goals after, so we scored 6 goals basically, and all of them were before and after the tactic that I think we probably played for most of the match in the middle, or at least it was around half. I think it might have been a bit more than half. So yeah, just a really bad tactical decision there. Pretty much. So yeah, arguably, I don't know, it's one of those ones, it's just... it's hard to say, like, you still won 6-1, how big a mistake is it really? But yeah, it certainly was not that great. That decision to change it, honestly, I can't even really think now why we would have changed it to be more direct. I guess we might have said at the time, but I think we were trying to exploit the pace of Mizachi. That was the thinking, whether we said it or not. But it's like, he already scored 3 goals in like the first 10 minutes or whatever. Like, how much more do you want to exploit it than that? Was what he already was. So alright, so Octai, that's bad. He's out for a full 6 matches, plus he's 1 yellow card away from injury. That's just not good at all. So, right, Lai is in. I guess Martins is on the bench. Canalis out for 2 matches. Ishikawa out for 1 match. So yeah, so that's that. We played 3. We got 3 wins. We'll quickly check out our the overall. How's that looking? We're quite up there, but we, these guys are. We're not going to catch these guys. In particular, they're just too far ahead. But we can. We're not too bothered about that. We just want to get promoted. So, but we can check out our spring league. That's youth. So senior, spring. Points per game. So there's a team that's 2-2 and a couple with 2-1-1. So there's a couple teams that maybe will get pretty good records here. So yeah, we can. A good start hopefully will get us there. So yeah, so that's good. So we're going to play the youth matches now. Cheers.